Hi, and welcome to my new video blog, which is a vlog, but it's really like a video devotional. I'm Gwen Smith, and I am so glad to be doing life with you. My goal with this whole new thing, it's pretty simple. To encourage you to think big thoughts and to inspire you to live fully in His grace and in His truth. This morning I had a girlfriend come over and she shared a story about something that happened just yesterday with her husband. He's actually on a fishing trip out in Alaska, and he fishes for salmon. He does this once a year, and he provides the family with amazing fresh salmon for the whole year, and it's a pretty cool thing. Well, this year on his trip, he felt a little discouraged. They weren't catching the fish that they wanted to catch, and he was really missing home. So not only was he discouraged, but he was feeling lonely, and just things were not working out the way that he wanted them to work out. And so he was planning on just coming home. He was going to just pack it all in and just head home because he was discouraged. But at 3 a.m. yesterday morning when he was on the river, yes, I said 3 a.m., crazy, but at 3 a.m. while he was on the river, not experiencing any success, he had thrown his line out, and all of a sudden, in the middle of his activity, he looked up to the sky and he saw an eagle fly over the moon. And it just overwhelmed him with awe. And he, in that moment, in the middle of a river, even though he was tired and a bit discouraged and a bit cranky and feeling lonely, he worshiped. He thought, Lord, thank you so much for sending that beautiful eagle. Lord, thank you. And he said his heart just started to fill up with gratitude and to respond to God's amazingness just in the middle of the river. And he said that no sooner had he spoken those words in his heart to God, that all of a sudden, bam, he got hit in the chest with a salmon on his line. Successful catch, amazing blessing. So it was really exciting for him. He was like, yes. And so he threw the salmon into their bucket and threw out another line, and he was grateful. So he started to then thank God for the blessing of the salmon. And in honest to goodness, as soon as he started to have this heart of gratitude and this worship, bam, another salmon comes and literally hits him in the chest. He throws it on the line, and it ended up to be this amazing worship fest where he had been so discouraged and had been feeling lonely and unsuccessful. Things weren't working out his way. And as soon as he placed his heart in the place where it should be, in the middle of his activity, which is in a heart, positioned it in gratitude and worship, he started to experience the blessing of God. All right. I thought that was a very cool story, but it's really cool when we consider how that can apply to you and me. So where does that find you today? I don't know. Maybe you're getting this video blog and everything's cool and going well with you. And if that's the case, then amazing praise to God. But maybe you're feeling a little discouraged or lonely, or perhaps there's a few things in your life that just aren't working out the way that you want them to, and you really want to find a way to experience God's blessing in the middle of it. And just like what happened with my friend's husband when he was discouraged and feeling lonely, I want to encourage you to give thanks to God when you're discouraged in everything during your activity. In 1 Thessalonians 5:18 says, give thanks to God in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you in Christ Jesus. Give thanks to God in all circumstances. This is God's will for every single one of us in Christ Jesus. The beauty of Thanksgiving is that it opens our hearts to worship, to receive the Lord's blessing, and to experience His presence in the midst of our activity, just like my girlfriend's husband did yesterday. What can this look like in your life today? What would our families and our friendships and our workplace relationships and our complicated circumstances look like if we opened our eyes and our hearts to worship, to give thanks? I honestly believe that God will bless you big for giving Him thanks. It's in His Word. It's His will. Let's live that out. Thank you so much for sharing this time with me. I would love to invite you to swing by gwensmith.net. I actually have new videos and new blog posting. I have a whole new site if it's been a while since you visited. Please stop by, leave a comment on a blog. All of it is purposed to really encourage you and spur you on towards the grace and the truth of the Lord. I encourage you, if this has been good for you, to share it with a girlfriend who might need to hear a word of encouragement today. And thank you for joining me on my very first ever video blog. Bye-bye.